In this video we will discuss an XYZ shift, also known as a parallel shift. A parallel shift takes any program or section of program and can move it in the X, Y, or Z directions in a parallel manner to where it was programmed. A reason for an XYZ shift might be to move a program from one location to another, or potentially duplicate a program and place it in another location, so now you have two of the same program in multiple locations. This can be beneficial for adding more parts to a table or even moving a program from one station to another station. So in order to perform a XYZ shift, first you want to know what you want to shift. So in my case I have an example program here. This is a C shape on the table written in linear movements. So it's going to go from one hole down to another hole to another hole to the final hole and go home. Now if I don't want this program in this location, let's say I want to add more programs to this. So I can take this part that I created and I can move it over, and then I can create more space for more programs. So in order to do an XYZ shift, if I press Enable, and at the bottom left you see Service Utilities, press that. Number 9, Program Conversion. Number 4, XYZ Shift. It will take me to the XYZ Shift page. In this page there's multiple boxes to fill in depending on what you need to do. Starting with the top, the source program. This will be the program that you have just created that you want to shift. Below it is the destination program. If I plug this in with a new number, then it'll give me two programs, one in the original location and one in a new location. If I keep the numbers the same, then it will overwrite my existing program and place it in a new location. For this example, I will just leave it as it is and move on to the steps. The start and end steps. What this is will tell you what steps will be shifted. So in my case, I'll do 3 through 10. This means that steps 3 through 10 will be shifted to a new location, and 1, 2, 11, and 12 will be where they were. If I scroll down, I've got an X, a Y, and a Z box. This is where you would plug in a numerical input to determine how far you want to shift it. Now in our case, these tables are a 3-inch on center hole pattern, so if I want to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 holes over, which will be 12 inches, I can come down here and I would put a -12 because I'm going in the negative Y direction. Now if I want to, I can add 6 inches to the X and it'll move it up to the top corner of my table. From here I can hit execute and it'll ask me if I want to overwrite. I'll hit yes and it'll tell me the conversion was completed. I can hit any key. So I'll reset back to my main screen, and when I check go through the program, it'll now be in a new location. Now let's say I want to duplicate this, because now I have more space and I have multiple fixtures to be able to run this same part. So I can place this part here, maybe right here, and maybe a third one down on the other end of the table. So in order to do so, press Enable, Service Utilities, Program Conversion, XYZ Shift. Now instead of keeping the same number, I'm going to make a new number. And now it will duplicate the program and shift it all at the same time. Again, I'll put the steps that I want to change, so 3 through 10. My X, I don't want to go any in the X direction, so I'll press 0. And now in my Y direction, I'll do 12. And it'll go 12 inches in the Y. I can hit execute. Conversion was completed. Hit any key. Reset back to the main screen. Now I want to pull up my new program, which is 8001, and I can check go through this program. So you can see it moved it over 12 inches in the Y plus direction, which still gives me more room to add one more fixture to the table or one more part to the table. So if I want, I can press Enable, Service Utilities, Program Conversion, XYZ Shift. I can change the number again to 8002, steps 3 through 10, and I'll keep the same shift value and hit execute again. Conversion was completed. Hit any key, reset back. Now I'll pull up the new program I just created, 8002, hit check go, and it will make the new shape at the new location. This has been an example of XYZ Shift. Thanks for watching.